What's up, wave makers? It's me, Mummy Suna.
I hate the muffin.
And holy moly, we have a doozy today. This wasn't clickbait. You read the title, you already know. I got threatened legally to be sued by another MLM. Now, if you're new here, this is the second cease and desist letter I have ever received. So the last one was kind of different because it was from Black Oxygen Organics, and I actually hired a lawyer to write back to them just because they had already been suing somebody else. So there was potential there for them to also sue me. They're they'll sue this guy, they'll sue you too. And I'm like, well, shit. So I actually straight up hired my lawyer for that. But then Black Oxygen Organics shut down and I was like, all right, time to make some goofy content off of this. So I sat in front of a fireplace and did a dramatic reading of it. It's supposed to be 100 degrees today in Phoenix. I'm not about to light a fire. I don't even think I have wood. So I considered doing another dramatic reading, but this letter is so ridiculous. By the way, we have a baby here. I really thought I just needed to go through this like a normal video with you guys to really kind of just talk about this point by point, because this letter is nothing but scare tactics. There's lies in it. They're trying to straight up scare me. It's did they not think that I had a lawyer to run this by? There's so much I want to say, but I do have to take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Harry's. Yes! We have a new sponsor on this channel. It's one you've almost certainly heard about, and I'm so excited to be working with them. I just got my eyebrows re-microbladed, so that's why they're all shiny, and I didn't do crazy makeup. I'm sorry. Harry's is a razor brand that is reimagining and reinventing the personal care industry. And listen, I know 90% of my audience is female, so I know a lot of you guys are probably just confused, but hello, women shave too, you guys. Harry's is more than a man's razor. They're designed for everybody. Now, if you've never heard of the pink tax, it basically means that companies will mark up the prices of their products that are made for women, even though they're the exact same thing that men use, but they color it pink, so then that justifies the price increase, basically. We literally pay more for everything, especially razors when you buy them at the store, but not with Harry's. Other razors can run up to $5 for one of the little razor cartridges. With Harry's, their blades cost as little as $2.12 per blade, so it's it could cost you half of what you're paying for blades at the store. And what makes Harry's so special is that they have the sharpest blade ever. The textured grip pattern and weighted core gives optimal grip and control. You'll always get a fair price with no pink tax. They have a 100% money back guarantee, so there's no risk. And this is my favorite part. They set aside 1% of their sales to support nonprofits providing mental health care services to the youth, Black communities, veterans, LGBTQ communities, and more. And Harry's has a special offer for you. You know, because they're a member of my audience. You can redeem Harry's starter kit for only $3 if you use my link below. It's harrys.com/Savannah Marie. All of it will be linked down below for you. But the set includes a 5-blade German engineered razor cartridge, a weighted textured handle, shave gel with aloe, and a travel blade cover. So it's a $13 value for just $3. And you can redeem that by clicking my link down below or going to harrys.com/Savannah Marie. Check them out. I think Harry's is really cool, and I think services like this are really important to women. It's not fair that we have to pay more for the same exact thing that men buy and use. But Harry's is oh, we can do fair. I just got done shaving with Harry's, and I have to say, I am shocked at how good of a shave that was. I have not used razors this sharp probably ever. My legs have not felt this smooth in years. They really did a great job. I mean, honestly, for the price, you'd probably pay $15 for a razor like that at the store, dude. I'm telling you. But this, you can't beat it, dude. You can't beat it for the price and the quality. Hands down, Harry's is the best. So thank you again to Harry's for sponsoring this video. And now we can move on to the topic of today's video. So the letter in question, first of all, they sent it via email. So there's no way for them to have even proven that I had gotten it in the first place, which is sign number one that this is all just scare tactics and bullshit. So this email address that they sent it to is my work email, which is not even run by me. They sent it to the email address that I have linked on my YouTube channel, which, by the way, guys, it's literally Work with Savannah Marie. It is a work email address. So many of you guys send email, like personal emails to it, and I'm like, I don't run this email address, my manager does. This is not my email address. I have access to it. Hi, Pop-Tart. So, like, there are a few occasions where I've told people to send me something there so that I know to check it, but, like, I do not check this email unless I know that something is going there. Otherwise, the only person who is ever going to read your email in the first place is going to be my manager, not me. So, please stop sending personal emails to my work email address. Thank you. But yeah, so they sent this cease and desist letter to my manager, basically. She sends me a message and she's like, oh my God, Savannah, we got a cease and desist letter. And I was like, great. As you guys know, a few weeks ago, I put out my latest deep dive, my latest MLM deep dive in the company velovita, and they didn't like it very much. No, they did not. So my manager's sitting over there like kind of freaking out, and I opened the email and I read it and I was like, girl, this is all scare tactics. Don't worry, I got this. So I did end up sending it over to my lawyer. But anyway, this is the email that came through. Dear Ms. Savannah Marie, couldn't even figure out what my last name is. Attached, please find correspondence from our legal department regarding the video referenced above, which they didn't reference above, it's referenced below, but okay. Containing disparaging remarks about velovita, its CEO, Mr. Gara, and President Mr. Matt, and unauthorized copyrighted and trademarked material, and requesting that you immediately remove the video found at, here they put the URL, from YouTube. Best velovita legal department. This isn't even the letter, dude. They attached the letter. But just reading this, I'm like, okay, this is just, they're trying to scare me. So let's see the letter. Via email to my email address, Savannah Marie. They couldn't even figure out what my last name, at least Black Oxygen Organics. Okay, here's the thing. When you send a cease and desist letter by email and you have your red receipts turned off, you cannot prove that somebody did or did not get that email. And at the very least, when Black Oxygen Organics sent me a cease and desist letter, they had an actual law firm, they found my address, they knew my last name, they sent it to me via priority mail. Wait, is it priority mail? What's the one that you have to sign for? Even though that was stupid too, because I didn't have to sign for it. The mail person just put it in my mailbox and I never signed for it. So they would have never even been able to tell that I got that letter either, but regardless. But like, you have BOO, Black Oxygen Organics, which is, or was, shall I say, the dirt MLM that was run by the biggest ding dong on the face of the planet.
Libido.
And they could even figure out how to get me a legitimate cease and desist letter. Like, velovita is run by a fucking billionaire. He cared about this so little or so much, depending on how you look at it, but he decided to send me an email from his legal department. Okay, it says, cease and desist false and misleading statements of and unauthorized use of proprietary images of velovita Incorporated and Costa Gara. Dear Ms. Savannah Marie, I am writing you on behalf of velovita Incorporated and Costa Gara in the capacity of their legal counsel. What does that even mean? So the person writing this letter is referring to themselves as I, like a person, being like, I am the legal counsel. But spoiler alert, never once on this letter is it signed by anyone. No one. It's signed by velovita Legal. It's not signed by an attorney or a law firm or anything like that. It never tells me the name of the person who wrote this letter. For all I know, it could have been written by Costa Gara himself. But anyway, if you are represented by counsel, please forward this correspondence and all future correspondences directly to them, and please provide me with their direct information. Oh, I did do that. Yes, I did. It has come to my attention that on or about July 26, 2022, you made defamatory and false statements about velovita, its products, and its CEO, Mr. Costa Gara, and co-founder Jeff Mack on your YouTube channel at this link. This next part is fascinating to me because, as you know, I have recently started putting disclaimers at the beginning of my videos, but I made a special one for this one. I don't know, I'll pull up the video. What the hell did I put on there? The disclaimer says, this video is made for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is not meant to defame any person and or company that is mentioned. The information presented here is based on research I performed using the internet, and it is based on my personal understanding on the matter. While I believe everything presented here to be factual, conduct your own research before reaching your own conclusion. I thought that was pretty good and all-encompassing. And yeah, let me just put this out here too. Yeah, obviously I said it at the beginning of the video that like, hey, do your own research, but Like, I'm not telling you anything that I know to be false. Like, I believe that everything I'm saying is true. And I always provide the links to my sources in the description. That was all there so that you can literally see and prove that I have gotten this information from these sources. I'm not making this up. It's not fake. But here in the letter, it says, your disclaimer in the video that it is made for entertainment and educational purposes and is not meant to defame any person or company is directly contradicted by the defamatory and false information you presented, which, among other things, mocks Mr. Gara, Velovita, its executives, members, and distributors, absent any interaction with these individuals and without having actually seen or used the products. So what you're telling me is y'all got mad because little old me was mocking you. Yeah, it was my personal opinion that you were in a place that deserved to be mocked and ridiculed. They're basically like, I know you put this disclaimer in there, but like, no. I don't know, like, what are you trying to say? That I just put that there just to protect my ass and not because, I mean, I did put it there to protect my ass, but like, I just put it there, like, not believing anything that I was saying to be true. I'm sorry, dude, but like, I know for a fact that when I do these deep dives, like, I try to come at it from, obviously I'm biased because I'm against multi-level marketing companies, but I do like to give them credit where credit is due, if any, and, you know, be objective about what I'm reporting on. And they're basically pulling the whole like, why didn't you talk to me first? What do you think would have happened if I had reached out to Velovita? Or, I mean, I reach out to MLM representatives like all the time, and either they ignore me or they just block me or they belittle me, or, you know, never once have I ever like asked somebody for a statement and they gave me a legitimate like objective statement. It never happens. So like, what do you expect me to do? I know that Chelsea Cece Suarez is like kind of going through this kind of stuff without a crystal ball right now, where like Chelsea did reach out to Katie Joy for a statement, and Katie Joy responded with like, don't you make this video, basically. And I feel like that probably would have been the same exact thing. And you know what, maybe I should start reaching out to the CEOs of these MLMs that I talk about, right? I guess I should have sent a DM to Costa on Instagram and been like, hey, what would I say? Hey, I'm making a deep dive. I'm doing a reporting video on the history of your company and its ongoings. Do you want to give a statement? Like, unless I had sent him like my entire script and been like, this is the stuff I'm talking about, which, dude, like, I really honestly don't think that anything I said was even defamatory. Like, it was definitely critical, but it was warranted criticism. I even fucking like went into the background and definitions of biohacking and like just all the shit that they claim that their products can do and stuff. I had a long segment like just educating the viewer on what these things are so they know what I'm talking about. That's basically all I do in these videos. It's just like, here are the facts. Maybe I'll sprinkle in an opinion when you know it's my opinion. In this letter, they did not ever once tell me what statement I said was defamatory. Because you know what? None of them were. Everything I said was either true or my opinion. I think they just thought, oh, I'm gonna throw the word defamation around and she's gonna run scared. It's like, no. Listen, I know my rights, dude. And what would happen like if they were to sue me and take me to trial? A judge is going to take one look at that video and go, well, there was a disclaimer there. And even if they argued, well, the disclaimer is null and void because clearly like she wasn't telling the truth with it, I don't know, then all you would have to do, any objective person would have to just watch the video and be like, yeah, this isn't defamatory. Anyway, as a result, we hereby demand that within 3 days of receipt of this letter, you remove this video from your YouTube channel immediately and cease and desists from making any further untrue, disparaging statements about Velovita, its CEOs, executives, employees, agents, members, distributors, and affiliates. Dude, if you want somebody to stop making untrue statements, especially someone who believes those statements to be true, you need to provide evidence that whatever it is that I said that you didn't like is untrue. They didn't even provide what the statement was, let alone evidence to say that it was true or untrue. So I received the letter July 28th. Obviously, as you're seeing this, it's now September, so yeah, I didn't take the video down. But you know what? That did not stop Costa Gara, I don't even remember how to say his name at this point, and I don't care. He put a privacy complaint on that video as well. You guys, this billionaire was so butthurt by my Velovita deep dive that he went crying to YouTube and said, this is a privacy concern. He straight up misused YouTube's privacy tools Which I'm pretty sure when you submit one of those, you have to like verify under penalty of perjury that what you're saying is true. And clearly there was no privacy infringement at all. He's not a private citizen. That man is a public figure who has people getting tattoos of his company on their bodies. Like, he is not a private citizen. Therefore, no privacy was infringed upon. The part that he put that privacy complaint on was more so he was trying to get YouTube to take the video down because that he claims that I was infringing on his copyright because I had put clips of stuff from his YouTube channel in my videos. I'm like, dude, have you ever heard of fair use? Hello. I never claimed that any of that was mine. Not only that, they're like, oh my God, you put our trademark in the video. You put our logo in the video and on the thumbnail, you're not allowed to do that. It's like, yes, I am. I know how fair use works. Yes, I am. I am allowed to do that. The part of the video that he put that complaint on is the part where I was showing clips of stuff from his YouTube channel. So clearly he was doing it for copyright purposes and not for privacy purposes. And hey, here's a surprise to you. I'm sure you'll be shocked to hear this. YouTube didn't take the video down because there was no privacy infringed on. So billionaire Costa Gara gets upset so badly at my video that he decides to misuse YouTube's privacy complaint tool and throw a little man tantrum, a mantrum, if you will, to YouTube. Why? Because he wasn't getting his way? Oh no! She's not responding to my cease and desist. I'm just gonna take it off by myself. I'm gonna go and complain to YouTube and they'll take it down. Wah! No, Costa, that's not how it works. I did not infringe on your copyright or your privacy, dude. All right, sorry, there's still so much more. Okay, Mr. Gara is a respected business professional in the community and has spent his life building a positive reputation. Hi, I'm editing this right now and I just needed to add in that I just noticed that they spelled building budling. Budling. The malicious and inaccurate statements you made about Mr. Gara are unfounded and are damaging to his personal and professional character. Everything that I put in that video about Costa Gara, I got from his personal YouTube channel. And I'm sorry, maybe they're talking about the fact that Velovita is a multi-level marketing company and multi-level marketing companies may as well be fucking pyramid schemes. They're just illegal pyramid schemes that haven't been shut down yet because they haven't been caught doing anything extensively scammy or pyramid schemy. That's my personal belief on MLMs. I think they are pyramid schemes that just haven't been caught yet. This is an extreme example, but if you go and murder somebody and you don't get caught, you're still a murderer. You're just a murderer on the loose. You're a murderer who hasn't gotten caught. It's the same thing with MLMs. If you start a company that by definition meets the FTC's description of a pyramid scheme, calling yourself an MLM does not negate the fact that you are still a pyramid scheme. You're just a pyramid scheme that hasn't been caught by the FTC yet. That's how it goes. That's literally what it is. So if that's what he's talking about, I don't know, dude, you've been in network marketing pretty much your entire adult life, dude. Like, if anyone knows how it all works and how to make money off of them, it's you, my guy. Don't play dumb. I don't know what I said that could have even been slightly misconstrued as malicious because, again, everything I reported on came from his own YouTube channel. In the state of Florida, it's against the law to publish a false statement to a third party in order to injure their reputation in business. Well, again, I put the disclaimer at the beginning that says that's not what I was doing. The statements made in your video were false and plainly defamatory, and which are designed to dispute both Velovita and Mr. Gara's reputations and injure and or harm their business. I mean, to be fair, my entire job is just reporting on the truth of multi-level marketing. So if me reporting on facts is something that you find to be defamatory, you need to take a quick look in the mirror, my friend. If me reporting on facts injures your reputation, then it's not my reporting of the facts that injures your reputation. It's the facts themselves. I didn't alter them. I didn't change what they said, the message they were construing. I didn't change any of that. I just reported the facts and listed my sources on those facts. It's basically like, I don't know, like if your best friend comes to you and says, hey, I cheated on my husband, and then you go and tell her husband that she cheated, it would be the equivalent of your best friend turning around and being like, you telling my husband injured my reputation. It's like, no, you cheating on your husband injured your reputation, dude. It's like classic, don't shoot the messenger, you know? Additionally, your video published on a public forum with 14,545 views, it has much more more than that now, thank you, materially misrepresents velovita and its products in violation of 17 USC 512, which states, here they are throwing the book at me, trying to scare me. And also, when I sent this to my lawyer, this part here, my lawyer was like, the thing that he sent you was designed to protect you. Not them. Anyway, any person who knowingly materially misrepresents under this section that material or activity is infringing shall be liable for any damages, including costs and attorney's fees incurred by the alleged infringer who is injured by such misrepresentations and the result of the service provider relying upon such misrepresentation in removing or disabling access to the material or actively claimed to be infringing, or in replacing the removed material or ceasing to disable access to it. Yeah, I haven't like looked into what this is, but according to my attorney, he's like, no, this is made to protect people like you who like are reporting on stuff. Your opinions about Velovita's products are not based on your own use of the products and are therefore willingly misleading to the 14,545 viewers and 280 commenters who reviewed your posts and are without merit, as your criticisms are based on your perception of other MLM companies that are not related to Velovita or Mr. Gara. Furthermore, your statements about the products and ingredients lack scientific and medical support for your criticism and is misleading to the viewers of your video. First of all, I do not need to try something personally in order to have an opinion on it. I've never tried heroin, and I have an opinion on it that it ruins people's lives. But are you going to sit here and tell me I should just give heroin a try before I go off and say that it, I don't know, harms people? Ugh. No. And again, I provided my sources. It's all down below of literally from Science Direct, WebMD, and I like WebMD because it links to actual studies that it's talking about. So like if it makes a claim about something, it will link to the study that verifies that claim. So it's like, okay, go to WebMD, and then like if you want to contest anything, just click on any of the links they provide. To be fair, I don't know if I told you guys this. Did I tell you guys this? I don't know. When I was making this video, I found a video by a Velovita rep who was offering to send people free samples of the product. And I knew it was a long shot, but I sent her a message and I was like, listen, I am an anti-mlmer. I'm making a YouTube video about Velovita and I'm very interested in trying the products for the video. And if they are as amazing and life-changing as you say they are, like I promise you, I will put that in the video. That should help you, right? Like, shouldn't that make you sales if someone who is critical of your business, if they can admit that the products are good, then wouldn't that be like a point for you? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I sent her an email and I even said, I'm like, I know this is a long shot. I told her I would reimburse her for shipping, because literally in her video she was like, just send me an email and I'll send you a free sample. I'm like, okay. And I was like, I'll reimburse your shipping. I just like, can I try the product please? And she never wrote me back. So listen, my not trying the product was not for lack of trying. I wonder if like in the future, if I do videos like this, what do you think would happen if I wrote to an MLM company and I said, hey, I'm making a video about your products, but I've never tried them. Would you be willing to send me some free samples to review in the video so that I can give a purely objective point of view on them? Because that's what I do. I have like a long history of doing that on my channel. You can find plenty of videos where I'm trying MLM products and like not shitting all over them. Whatever. So yeah, the statements about the products and ingredients, like everything that I reported on were just like things that I found on sources like WebMD that I thought were concerning enough that, you know, maybe they should be considered by anybody who is planning to take these products. Literally just doing your own due diligence, doing your own research, go figure. I like the way that it's like your criticisms are based on your perception of other MLM companies. And I'm like, you guys are all the same. And quite frankly, based on my own perception of Velovita in comparison to all the other MLMs that I also am very knowledgeable about, I can honestly say that Velovita is even worse. The culture is worse. They're getting fucking tattoos, dude. They are branding themselves with Velovita's mark. And up until recently, their entire online presence was just about the opportunity and not about the product itself. I mean, a little bit, but like I showed in the video, you could go to the Wayback Machine and see how everything on their website was just like limos and people on a stage and look at how rich we are. Not even mentioning the products. That was very recent. recently, like a couple months ago they changed that. So given that, yeah, I would say that they're even more scammy, in my opinion. I think they're even more scammy and more manipulative than other MLMs. How about that? Velovita has gone through considerable lengths and has spent and significant amount of time, energy, and money to create its website and its products, which you display in your YouTube video, which has 14,545 views and 280 comments. In your video, you show photos of Mr. Gara and video clips of him from his personal Instagram account, which is public, by the way, and other sources without obtaining any consent, which is in direct violation of YouTube's terms of service and community guidelines and Mr. Gara's right to privacy. No, it literally is not. There's this thing called fair use. If somebody posts something publicly on the internet, as long as I make it a transformative piece of content, which I did, then it's not infringing on anyone's copyright or trademark or privacy for that matter. At this point, I don't think there's really much that can infringe on any privacy that Costa Gara has, because he's a fucking CEO billionaire with a huge online presence and a huge downline of cult members beneath him who are getting his tattoo branded all over their skin. Just the audacity, like reading through this makes me so mad over again, because I'm like, sir, like you're clearly just like pulling shit out of your ass because you think this is gonna scare me, and it's just not. In addition, this notice shall serve as a pre-suit demand letter. Failure to remove the content and video from your YouTube page within 72 hours and comply with these demands will result in Velovita taking all legal action necessary to protect its legal rights and business interests, including monetary damages. What kind of monetary damages happened to your company from, at this time, a video with 14,000 views? In the anti-MLM movement, 99% of those views came from people who already were not going to be customers of Velovita. And to the 1% who maybe were brand partners or considering becoming brand partners, I hope they did their own due diligence and their own research and came to their own conclusions, like I said in the disclaimer I put in there. Because listen, like, I feel like I made some pretty good points, and they're points that really can't be argued. Doing what you will with that information, it's like, are you going to ignore everything that I just presented to you, or are you going to look into it further? An educated person would look into it further, would not just take my word for it, would go look at my sources and do their own research from third parties and not from Velovita itself. Anyway, 72 hours to comply with their demands or they would sue me, which they never did. Yay! Anyway, monetary damages and injunctive relief, seeking a temporary restraining order from the court compelling you to stop unfair and unlawful disparagement and tortious? What is that word? Or interference with Velovita's business, customers, and members, and other contractual relationships. Furthermore, you are on notice that you must retain all documents and communications currently in your possession, custody, or control. Any destruction, deletion, or removal of such documents and communications will result in Velovita pursuing any and all sanctions and damages against you for spoliation of evidence. Please govern yourself accordingly. I will do that. Thank you very much. Best regards, Legal Department, Velovita Inc. Again, no attorney name, no one's name at all, just Velovita Legal Department. This isn't the end though. So I contacted my lawyer, who is a wonderful man, who has done so much for me. And not even just me, he's done so much for the anti-MLM movement. So let me read you some of the email correspondence between me and my lawyer, because it's honestly funny. I said, hey, hope all is well. I just got a cease and desist through email from an MLM called Velovita. It seems like bullshit scare tactics, but I just wanted to run it by you. I put a disclaimer at the beginning too, so I'm not worried, but I was hoping you could take a peek at it. Thanks. That was it. Didn't freak out, nothing like that. I just sent him the letter and I was like, if there's anything in here that should concern me, like, please let me know. He said, Savannah, I read their letter and have started viewing your video. I agree with you that this seems to be complete bullshit. One howler is that they cite a federal statute in their letter which is designed to protect you, the alleged infringer, from frivolous copyright claims. I wonder if their legal department includes any lawyers. And that's what I said to my husband too. I was like, I told him about the letter and I'm like, this doesn't look like it was written by a lawyer. There wasn't a lawyer's name on it. There wasn't an attorney's name. Like, do they even have like a legal department? I mean, sure, I'm sure they have legal counsel, but like they were pretty quick to get this sent to me. So it's funny that my lawyer said the same thing. Because like I said the same shit to my husband. And then he said, I'll draft a response for you, which I didn't even ask him to do. It was so freaking kind of him. This man is a saint among men. He's a god among men, really is what he is. He said, based on the poor quality of their cease and desist letter, I doubt that they are serious, but you never know. And he's right. Yeah, you never know. But like, I feel like at this point, enough time has gone by that like, I'm not worried about it anymore. And also the response that my lawyer wrote up that I'm going to read to you is chef's kiss. It is so good. He asked me if they took steps to strike my video, and then I responded and I told him, yeah, they tried to get it taken down for privacy concerns. Let's see. I called Costa a big giant man baby because in my opinion, he was acting like a full-grown toddler. Yeah. So let me read to you the response because it's beautiful. Via email to legal@velovita.com, and he addressed it to legal department because, you know, there was no attorney's name on the letter. Dear sir or madam, I represent Savannah Marie in connection with the letter you sent her dated July 28th, 2022. My client is an independent journalist who operates a YouTube channel from which she broadcasts videos concerning multi-level marketing firms and the multi-level marketing industry. Her videos, including the video referenced in your letter, are carefully researched and provide factual information and opinions. Yeah. In an entertaining and lighthearted format. Your letter fails to identify any specific statement by my client about which you are complaining. I have reviewed the video referenced in your letter, and I have found nothing in it that is false or defamatory or otherwise actionable. The statements in my client's video are either substantially true or protected opinion based on clearly disclosed sources or otherwise not defamatory. While some of her comments are sarcastic, yeah, hi, have you met me? There is no evidence of malice or intent to disparage Velovita, Mr. Gara, or Mr. Mac. If you identify any specific statement which you believe is false or defamatory, I will review it with my client and respond in due course if appropriate. In addition, my client's use of video clips concerning Velovita, Mr. Gara, or Mr. Mac constitutes fair use as a matter of law, as was ruled in Hassenzada versus Klein. Is this the H3 lawsuit? I'm just like putting this together. Ethan Klein? Is this what he's talking about? That's awesome. God, I love this man. Okay. Clips from an original work may be used to comment on and critique a work, and the use of clips is reasonable to accomplish the transformative purpose of critical commentary. See also Nexium versus the Ross Institute Incorporated, 364 F.3D. I don't know what all this is. Lawyers, am I right? Quotations from course materials for purpose of critical commentary was fair use. My client's use of these video clips is clearly transformative in nature and was obviously intended to criticize and comment on Velovita's products, advertising, and business practices. Her use of the clips could not possibly be considered as a market substitute for the original videos, as provided in 17 USC 512, which you cite in your letter, which is the one that he said was made to protect me. Any attempt by you to assert frivolous copyright claims with YouTube will give my client the right to recover all of her damages, costs, and attorney fees caused by your unlawful conduct. AKA, if you file any bogus copyright claims against her video, the law that you stated as a scare tactic in your letter gives her the right to sue you, basically, for damages, for like the money I would be missing out on in ad revenue by removing the video. I also note that the video clips used in my client's videos were taken from publicly available videos that were voluntarily posted by Velovita, Mr. Gara, Mr. Mac, and others, and that Mr. Gara and Mr. Mac are public figures who portray themselves as leaders in the multi-level marketing industry. Accordingly, there can be no legitimate claim that the use of these video clips by my client implicates any privacy rights. In light of the foregoing, it appears that your letter is a misguided effort to silence legitimate criticism of Velovita's products and business practices. I would urge you to refrain from any further action affecting my client's legitimate exercise of her First Amendment rights. Signed, my lawyer. Oh my God. Can I just say, and I've said this like a million times in this video, but I love my lawyer so much. He's so amazing. I look up to him so much, and I'm so thankful for the work that he's done for me. He also represented dietitian Kat Benson when Boo was trying to threaten to sue her with the cease and desist letter, and he has a long history of fighting against multi-level marketing. So he knows his shit, and he's very well-spoken, very respectable man, and I just adore him. So I guess to conclude this video, they didn't respond. It's been about a month, and they never responded to my lawyer. I honestly think that the legal department was just like assuming that I didn't have legal counsel. And so by them being like, if you're represented by anyone, you need to send this to them. I'm like, yeah, obviously I will. I think anyone who maybe has never like stepped into legal issues like this might read that and be like, oh shit, do I need to get legal counsel? Is this like, oh my gosh, this is a whole actual thing? But to me, I'm just like, did you really think I didn't have a lawyer? Like, have you seen the stuff I do online? Like, I have to have a lawyer at this point. And I do, and he's great. Thank you very much. To conclude, it really disgusts me the lengths that these companies will go to scare people into submission, into silence. It's honestly like disgusting. But I guess, you know, I get a lot of questions from people who are like, I want to start doing anti-MLM content, but like a lot of them are just straight up scared. And it's like, I guess the reason I make videos like this when these things happen is because I want people to be able to see how shady they are when they're trying to scare somebody into doing something that they want them to do, or to scare them into submission or silence. I want people to be able to see that these scare tactics are nothing more than that. They're just scare tactics. And I'm not gonna be swayed by those scare tactics, and I hope that no one else is either. I hope that no one else takes this kind of stuff and goes, I'm too scared to deal with that. You shouldn't be, as long as you're not like being defamatory and like making shit up to tarnish anyone's reputation. Then like really ultimately you don't really have anything to worry about. Honestly, I think the movement needs as many voices as possible. If this is the reason why you're scared of stepping into the spotlight and doing anti-MLM content, I advise you to not be scared. These people will try to scare you, but they're just big giant man babies. Anyway, let's thank some people, y'all. First, thank you, my lawyer, for being amazing. Second, thank you to Harry's for sponsoring this video. All the information that you need is down below. And now we can thank my patrons and my members. Guys, these are my financial supporters. They get access to our private Discord server. We have a postcard club and early access to videos sometimes, and other stuff sometimes too. So, oh, you know what? I should mention this. I have a channel in the Discord that's called Pop-Tart Only, and I just post exclusive pictures of Pop-Tart in there. So if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. So if any of that sounds good to you, you can go to patreon.com/Savannah Marie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Whatever works for you works for me. And with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Hula Chowdown, Janelle Pratt, Amanda Shannon, Katrina Rosemarick, Cecilia Dudek, Christy Taylor, Elizabeth Wyatt, Eve Blondo, Nitty Dragon, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Raya Mew, Sheila Tapia, Turd Ferguson, Alice W., Amanda Shannon, Boris Geller, Caroline Reed, Casey Scraper, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Jerry Duncan, Hannah Morrison, Hanimal Crossing, Heidi Ha, Julia Wheeler, Kim Cartwright, Maddie Darley, Marley Fletcher, Princess Deathwish, Ray, Tuesday the 13th, Blazed Goddess, Martine Hubert, The Best Elephant, Aaron Sings, Jessica Billhart, Carol Jenks, Rebecca 88, Colin F., Laura Jensen, Mitchie 84, Vegan Chicky Nuggy, Jess Kronfeld, Emion, Auntie Lou, Little Birdie, and Fallon Lowry. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. Even if you're not a financial supporter, thank you for making it to the end of this video. YouTube loves watch time, so you being here at the end helps me more than you know. Keep making waves, babes, and I'll smell you all later. Mummy Tsunami out.